Scorpio, this is going to be your August 2021 forecast using the tarot and some astrology. So before we get right into the middle of the month and bang into August, let's look back at end of July, or over the last 3 weeks from end of July as we lead into the month of August. You seem to have been really pouring your heart and soul into something, breathing life and breathing love into some sort of a work commitment or something you have been just putting all your effort towards, basically. Really, it's no problem to you because you seem to love it. It's like a labor of love, a passion project, whatever it is, but there seems to be one element of it that's just taking like a lot more from you, a lot more effort, and it's just harder for you to get motivated around one area of it. It may not be a terrible idea, Scorpio, and maybe some of you have realized that it might be a good idea to delegate some part of this workload to other people that are probably more interested in that area of it, or just have sort of more experience or skills. We're going to clear up all of these rows and pull more cards to clarify. Please excuse my nasally voice. Third eye is working fine. The nasal passage is not so much, but I'm just recovering from a bit of a head cold, but we're all good. The month of August sees a lot of fiery wand activity. So it is very much a month where I think there's going to be a lot of interaction, like a lot of likes on Instagram or some social media influx coming your way, Scorpio. A lot more attention, a lot more eyes on you, and you're feeling really popular and you're feeling really liked and appreciated. There may even be instant attraction coming in as somebody that really captures your eye, and you have to make quite a quick decision on whether to work with this person, whether to collaborate with this person, whether to date this person, whether to even message them back. It could be one of those people that are coming in and hitting you up on social media, or blowing up your Instagram with likes and all of that kind of thing, sliding into your DMs. Overall, for the month of August, there could be some partying, there could be some enjoying yourself, getting yourself seen, getting yourself heard and noticed. Some of you have had this is another ace in the reading, so both aces in the reading. July, we had this kind of Ace of Cups opportunity, which was basically in the month of July, there may have been an energetic opportunity for you to start focusing on something that you actually really care about, love, or more focus on people and commitments and connections that you really fill you up. And then in August, it could be more of that just source inspiration we get. That's what the Ace of Wands energy is. If only we could bottle and sell that. But it's when we get a really good idea, when we're feeling inspired, it's kind of that source and power, our own power and our own connection to source, i.e. our own power. Perfect. So August looks like it's going to be really dynamic, really exciting. We're going to clear it up and get a little deeper on it. So by the end of August going into September, it seems like you're very hyper vigilant and quite aware of some imposing kind of threat that you feel from somebody. You may be anticipating an unpleasant conversation to happen, or somebody to come charging towards you firing an accusation, or coming charging towards you with some news that's going to have to make you move really suddenly or change something around, and it's just going to come out of the blue to you. But you feel already by the end of the month this sense of impending, who's out to get you almost kind of a thing. You may be feeling very suspicious or paranoid even that somebody is out to do you wrong, Scorpio, by the end of the month, and that they're not going to waste any time about it, and their words have some sort of a forcefulness and malice even behind them. Let's have a look at these cards row by row and see what is coming through for you now, okay? Let me see, do we have anything else? Yes, I guess so. Scorpio rising, we've got a new moon on the 8th of August, which as I'm recording is today, and that's going to be in the sign of Leo, and that's for Scorpio rising, their 10th house of career. So at around this time, you may find that there is some sort of a new beginning in your career, and public reputation part of your chart activated and being lit up. What else? On the 22nd then of August, we will have a full moon in Aquarius, and in Scorpio rising, this is going to be in your 4th house of home and living. So that might be kind of a full stop or a culmination point, or some sort of a final or ending part of something to do with your roots. So you may be moving home, and that's kind of representing the final sort of stay in your current place that you've laid down roots, things like that, kind of turning points around home and living, and new beginnings simultaneously around the career. So you might be moving home to be closer to where it is that you're going to work. So they could be some themes coming up for you around beginnings and endings this month. Nothing too major, they're not eclipses or anything. The energy may be gentler, so it'll be just kind of little things that you may notice like are cropping up in those areas. Let's look at these cards together. We're going to clear up the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups now. The King of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so you wasted no time on getting going on what it is that you wanted to do, create, and put your focus into. It was true maybe that somebody took the good out of it. It didn't have to have been an Aquarius or an air sign that kind of crushed your spirit, or even like laid down some unpleasant restrictions or rules around what it is that you were trying to do. It doesn't have to be in an Aquarius like that, but it could have been just somebody who fits the role of somebody quite authoritative. It could be even somebody who's like quite impersonal to you. You don't really even know them. You just kind of maybe even got some sort of a ruling on how you were kind of trying to do something or open a part of your business. Or there could have been sort of some sort of a kind of disagreement, or it was kind of met with some opposition, like you were met with some opposition about maybe it was something to do with the plans that you were trying to put in place, met with some more serious and like rigid rules that you couldn't really get around or argue your way out of, so to speak. And that kind of could have been why there is an element of this project that you have been pouring your heart and soul into and all your commitment. Maybe that's why there's like some sort of a good zapped out of it, because you are just like, oh, that would have been just even better if they hadn't have told me like that I'm not permitted to use this part of the site that I have purchased, you know, something like that. There's just been something come through that has been really annoying to you. There is a possibility to fight it, although I see the King of Swords being a little bit more strong and domineering here. So if it's the case that it's just some sort of an arbitrary rule or law or regulation that is stopping you from, I don't know, opening, you know, your lemonade stand or your boutique organic lemonade stand, I should say, Scorpio, then, you know, you're not allowed to do it. It seems like you could object, but it seems like overall the rule or the law seems to be kind of winning out there and being really strong. But Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands, this is very energetic. Oh yeah, wow, okay, so the Ten of Wands coming flying out at me there. This is the card of delegation. So that is very striking to me, because we did talk about delegation, and I'm thinking what has taken the, okay, so you would have been better off delegating, let's say, a legal representative to deal with this for you, rather than getting stressed out and trying to take on the King of Swords in an area that you feel like quite intimidated in, because you don't really know as much as this expert. So that would have been delegation, or even hiring or outsourcing some sort of an expert in their field that is able to help you tackle these problems a little easier. So if you haven't really made any moves to think about where you can delegate, or just take a load off yourself, or, you know, remove one of these burdens, maybe to think about that this August. It could be really beneficial for you. Let's see now. So we're going to move on to these exciting wand card energies in the middle of the month. So let's put this now from the 8th, 9th of August until around the 24th. We'll see what kind of themes that Scorpio are going to be experiencing. So what we've got is the Five of Wands, so more wand energy in reverse, and we've got the Three of Cups. So there could be some friction or a little bit more of a focused activity around group settings. You may find like there's some friction around your group settings or your friendship circle. You could even find with younger siblings that there's some sort of immaturity there on their part, or there's kind of like some petty drama. Basically, I see this all as just like pettiness and drama, unnecessary kind of like you know, words that are like, you know, people are feeling very sorry for themselves here, I think, and like people are kind of like a little bit in victim mode and feeling like the world is out to get them, and you're kind of, you know, bothered by it. And especially if you're, I feel like August is party month for you. I see partying, I see enjoying yourself, and like everybody wanting a piece of you almost. Really like having like quite an active social life this month, and that's good. And I really feel like you're going to thrive during these social occasions, because yeah, let's face it, we're not always feeling super sociable, but for some reason this month it seems like it's going to be an important month for you to network and make contacts and have fun. Yeah, sure, there might be some drama, but you know what, it looks like it's going to all be in a way quite exciting. So you might hear of something. Try not to get too sucked into it, I guess, is the message. But it does look like it's going to be set to be an exciting couple of weeks for you. That's great. So let's see where we're on guard now by the end of the month. We're kind of imagining, or at least anticipating, this Knight of Swords to come flying towards us. Like I said, it doesn't have to be an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra that you've been dealing with, but it could be. It's somebody who really knows how to use their words, and they're not really afraid to fight with their words, and they're pretty skilled at it too. Let's see what's coming through for you towards. Let's put this around the 24th of August. Let's even go into the first couple of days of September with this and see where we're at. 9 of Swords. If it's an air sign, they're certainly giving you plenty to worry about, Scorpio. And the Chariot card. So if it is a friend or something that you're worried about, you may have the information at hand already that your friend or somebody that you're very close with is dealing with somebody that is kind of pretty bad for them. Something may even come up around you having to go and pick them up or go get them and like help them, bring them over to your place, or like help them move out their things or something like that. It seems like you're going to be all hands on deck by the end of the month, dealing with issues that are cropping up in a kind of like all around you in terms of things you have to think about now. So if there is something that you're anticipating being a problem for you or coming up to oppose you in a stronger way, like they're almost very relentless in their pursuit of kind of trying to piss you off at the very least, Scorpio, or like out to hurt somebody that you love, which we all know is really when a Scorpio will turn absolutely red at that point. And I see even you, Scorpio, if somebody's out to get somebody that you love or hurt somebody that you love, I can see you just flying into a Scorpionic Martian rage and just charging at them, using your words really powerfully and to slice them even. So I see this being very verbal, very mental kind of a conflict, but I do see ultimately somebody, you've been able to take the high road in this conquest, and like you're kind of, you know that at this point, maybe by the end of the month, that whatever had been stressing you, or like the identifying of this threat to you or somebody who doesn't have your best interests at heart, was really important for you overall to kind of just continue on the next chapter of your journey, full steam ahead. The Chariot is pretty much the card of the trajectory, our trajectory, and the focus and will that we put behind our trajectory. And what I can see behind your trajectory is, first card out is the Ace of Cups and the Chariot card. You are putting a lot of love behind what it is that's taking place on the next chapter of your life, and you're leveling up with that behind you, Scorpio. Awesome place to be coming from, in my opinion. Okay, so let's leave it at that. August forecast, we're going to be back with the fun and exciting new kind of reading during the month of August, Scorpio, so keep an eye out for that. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we will speak again soon. Take care.